time, we were all children. We had hiding places in crooked little corners that became our castles, our caves, fortresses, and caverns. We used to love jumping into mud puddles, which became our oceans and seas, rivers and streams. Once upon a time, we were all children, and anything was possible. A rope could be a snake, a stick, a wand, the floor cushion, a bus, bom bom, and a bathroom sink could be a pond. Like I said, anything was possible. For a child, today was yesterday. Yesterday was so many days ago. Because their sense of time is inaccurate and thus infinite. Numbers do not exist in their world. Play is limitless and possibility ever available. That too for free. Until one day, these lands of wonder are invaded by treacherous villains. Us, you and I, all of us. And suddenly, we fill these wonderful worlds with expectations of all sorts, big and small, all sorts. We bombard their lands with numbers and figures, facts, answers, questions, additions, subtractions, multiples, divisibles, and it goes on and on and on. We expect them to sit straight in classrooms, listen to the teacher, form straight lines, and to my horror, in a lot of places, at the tender age of 3, 4, and 5, appear in examination halls and produce results. If they do not measure up to our expectations, we do something not right. We often ridicule them, we shame them, we demean them, we criticize them. And in this process, somewhere we keep telling them that they're not good enough, without realizing that this is killing their sense of self, that this is damaging them and their belief in themselves. We forget that these children are something, they are somebody today, but we are so focused on making them something tomorrow that we do not let them be who they are today. This damage stays with us often, forever. I think we all have at some point endured it. And I believe that it can be prevented, but in order for us to do that, we first need to fix the damage. And that's what I'm here to talk about today. How we can fix these damages that we've endured as children, and that children these days do endure themselves as well. But before I get to that, I will share with you a small story about a girl who was rather undiscovered till the age of 17 or 18. She could sing and dance and act. She was rather talented. But numbers didn't quite make sense to her. Chemical equations weren't really her best friends. And so she was often discouraged in classrooms by her teachers. Whenever she would raise her hand twice or thrice to ask the science or math teacher something, and they would say, "Why are you not understanding this? Are you trying to play with me?" And she would be like, "What? No, I'm just asking you this." And so this just kept going on. And until she started believing that maybe something really was wrong with her, that maybe she was lacking at something. And so, throughout her academic years, she started shutting herself little by little. And as a result, became this shy and unsure child. She started believing that she could not do much. She forgot about her talents because they were never really honed in school. And she became rather lonely. Until one day, she found something that cured her. Something that I would say was art in all its color and vibrancy. That was sport in the exercise. That was math in its measurement of time and space. That was science in the understanding of beings. That was geography in places felt and experienced. That was history in characters learned and delivered. That was language, I would say, very human-centric because it was so communicative and adaptive. It was an interdiscipline like no other. It was theater, and that girl was I. And this happened on a very regular evening, somewhere in 2005, when, by chance, I was attending a theater workshop, and the workshop conductor says to me, yes, please, your name out loud. And I think to myself, what is he saying? What does he mean out loud? How can I say my name out loud? And I looked at him like that, and he said, it's okay, woman. We're not going to eat you. And I thought, okay, yeah, you're right. And I tried to fix my shirt, and I was all fidgety and nervous and unsure. And I said, Sarah, Zahid? And he looked at me like, really? A bit louder? I'm pretty sure you can do this. Come on, just give it a try. Okay. Sarah Zahid? I said. Wow, and in that moment, I felt so liberated. I had just said my name out loud. That was it. But I felt like I had unlocked myself. Like my voice and myself that I had been hiding for years and years and years just opened up in that one little second when I spoke my name in front of a bunch of people. And then, just like that, I was asked to jump and move around, and I was asked what a pen could be, and I thought, it could be a cotton bud, or a telescope, or it could be a stick that breaks. It could be anything, which meant that anything was possible, which meant that I had, just in that moment, gotten back my world of possibility, that world that I lost somewhere when I was a child. I had just been given back my castles and caves, my fortresses, my pools and rivers and streams, and it was wonderful. The world had just opened itself to me, and I to it. So right after graduating, I decided that it was something on the same lines that I wanted to do, and I decided to teach, because I thought that I need to engage with students. I need to engage with children and tell them that whoever they are is enough. Because if they believe in themselves, they can be anything, anything at all. And I started teaching, and I started delivering my lectures in all sorts of interactive ways, because I thought that children sleeping at the back in a lecture, not right. So it should be animated, and it should be vibrant, and it should be something that they enjoy. And I guess during all the years that I taught this subject that I was teaching, I was somewhat able to achieve that. But the real moment of happiness came when in 2010, I was asked to teach at a junior and middle school for girls as a teacher for theater. And I thought, this is it. And since then, it's going to be 7 years now, I have been walking into classrooms, and I've been looking at these girls who look so much like me back in the day, with them not so sure about themselves, with them thinking they're not good enough, with them a little afraid and a little shy and a little introverted. And I tell them, yes, your name please, out loud. And they give me the same kind of expressions I gave my instructor back then. And I worsen the situation when I say, could you jump for me? And they look at me like, oh my God, this woman is crazy. She's asking us to jump? What is wrong with her? And they roll their eyes at me, and they exchange glances, and I'm like, jump! You see, it's that simple. I just did this. I am turning 32 next week. I have 2 children, and I'm a little fat. If I just did this, you will. If I can do this, you will. And there, somewhere over there, they smile, and they giggle, and they laugh, and they jump. And that, right there, is their gateway to a new world, a world that asks them to be anything they want to be, a world where they're not so afraid, they're not so shy, where they can just be without being judged without having to produce a result and have A stars shining on them. They can just be themselves and have fun and engage in talks with each other and exchange stories and connect with each other. And so I thought this needs to be further taken down somewhere, which is why I sat back 2 years ago and I thought I need to come up with a theater company of my own. And I did. Myself and my husband, we founded a small little theater company that's called Chota Mota Theater. And Chota Mota Theater is basically a platform with this incredible team of enthusiastic people that we have working with us. It's a platform that wants to encourage people to join it. That is it. People of all ages, ethnicities, color, background, profession, no matter who you are, all you need to do is come and do some theater. Because really, we could all catch a break. Really, we all need to engage with ourselves and with each other and realize that we have stopped wondering, that we have stopped thinking beyond our boxes, that we've stopped engaging with all of our senses, that we have stopped living moments like they should be lived. And this is why I would say that if I, so many years ago, I would have given up on myself if theater had not found me. But I'm so glad it did, because otherwise I would have been so lost. Therefore, I urge you all of you, to do theater. Because life is, it should be about living, not just existing. And theater, that's what it does. It reminds you that life should be lived, not by some of us, but all of us. You and I, all of us. Thank you.